Okay. Let's just double. Um. Let's just do that. Okay. This is gonna be a quick one. Um. Just got an update for Dreams, but it was having issues finding online stuff. So I thought I'd quickly mention why online only or online dependent, which Dreams are trying to push, is a bad idea, like disgustingly bad idea. Um, when I first booted it up after the update, I've gone, okay, come to here, none of this was showing up. And because my usual thing when I come onto Dreams straight off the bat is go into Dream Shaping, go search, remixable and newest, and let's see what's the newest stuff people have made. None of this was loading, and it was telling me down at the bottom here it was in offline mode. Nothing would load. It's like, so if you buy a game that is online only and then they shut their servers down or your internet drops and like that, my internet was fine, but something like that happens, that game is then useless. So all these games that come out that it's online only, if you're thinking should I buy, don't buy it. Only buy it if you are willing to spend that much money on a game that will eventually become useless. Games that are both online and offline and are not online dependent, buy them. If they're offline only, that is the best option, but you can't play with your friends. So we need these game companies to pull their thumbs out their asses and actually make games that are not online dependent. Things like PUBG, Fortnite, all these Call of Duties and stuff, they're all online dependent. If you have no online capability, the game becomes useless. I've had a couple on my console. I usually delete them after a while, because I don't play them that often, because you need online connection, any sort of lag issues, and especially if all the servers are based in America, you get a ping of like 1,000,000. It's like, it's not fun, it's not enjoyable, and if anything happens, you can't play it. It's like, no. Give us an offline option. Dreams still has the offline option. You can't view on its creations, but you can still create. But they've still got the situation where if I done this, if I go to my, let's go to my own, for example, I clicked on my own, it'll go looking for the online creations first. It's like, no, always prioritize the offline, the locally saved ones first. So if it's in offline mode, the first things that should look for is offline creations, and it doesn't. And that is the problem with every game developer. Between that and without getting into it, CD Projekt Red and the criminal actions that they're doing, and they're not getting punished for it, it's seeping into every other game. It is ruining the gaming industry. It is sinking it. It is making it toxic, unplayable, no longer fun. All the bad things you can think of is doing that to the gaming industry. We need a game company to turn around and go, okay, this is an offline first with online capabilities, so that we can then turn around, and if we lose our internet or their servers go down or whatever, we can still play it. And if they're smart about it, they could do something like people are going to hate, especially the ones that think CDPR are better than Volition, when hell no they're not. Volition has the right idea. Admittedly, they need to make the multiplayer more than just the two people, but Saints Row is an offline game with online capabilities, and that's what game companies need to focus on. There's nothing wrong with having an online segment, like Grand Theft Auto, for example, has the full lobbies, but if, for example, if Rockstar closed down all their online servers tomorrow, Grand Theft Auto Online is dead. No one who owns Grand Theft Auto Online can play it. All our the best part of Grand Theft Auto Online, the character creation, which is piss poor, but it's a character creation, We're not playing as Michael, Franklin, or Trevor, 3 characters none of us designed, none of us care about, but we're playing as our character that we created. So we've got some investment in it. That's what they need to do. Give us our games so it's offline with online capabilities, not online with an offline afterthought. That's what the way it needs to be done. So yeah, so I thought I'd just quickly stream it. I've got the chat up just in case anyone wanted to make a comment, but no one ever does. But yeah, so Dreams is just updated. I'm pretty sure the update is literally just I think they call it the MP wards, and this whole. I think they just top them off. I would go, okay, let's go check what they've done. But this is another thing they do bad. When you go to the update history, you just, oh, check out our website. It's like, no. The reason it's got update history section in that thing is so you can write down what you fixed. So a share, I gave a thumbs up and gave. Okay, these 2 here are not my creations. They're just one I'm collaborating in. I'm not actually doing anything with them. I've just okayed the collaboration. Because you do get not achievements, but like in-game award thingies for actually contributing or actually collaborating. So usually someone sends me, can you collaborate? I'll give it a yes, I'll collaborate, and I just won't do anything to it. Generally speaking, it's their creation. I'm just there as a namesake, so that if, for example, that person's only got that person who made that's only got low level followers or whatever, and I've got heaps of followers, my followers might see it and go, okay, let's check that creator out. It's all good. Now, obviously, if that creator then does something that's not to my liking, I'll just leave the collaboration. It's no great loss. If that's music, it's a back out. Okay, no, it's an actual creation. Okay, when it comes to people who share stuff with me, if it's music, I won't bother. I don't care. I don't give 2 toots about friggin' music. This one here, he's used my creation, but he hasn't actually used it, which is weird, and I've seen that happen a lot. Because I made a building where you can actually walk from the bottom floor to the next floor up, but you don't actually change floors. It's the same floor, it just loops, but it gives you the look of. Actually, if I go to it, I can actually show you. So this is my creation. All it is gives you the look of. Don't feed me that horse shit. It's the online dependency, man. That's what that's from. Okay, so you start your level. If you open this door here, walk into here, then open that door here. It's like, oh yeah, you've gone to another floor or whatever. Everything here resets, but it's the same floor. It just loops. And if go out that way, and if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly, if it goes the other way as well. Yeah. Oh no. Okay, that one. I've set it up wrong. Okay. Well, have I? Hang on. Oh, okay, when it's on its updates, it's buggered the. Okay, yeah, it works, but the spawn, you have to like a quick tap for it to work. Otherwise, it's gonna freak out and just gonna double do. So it's got a teleporter down the bottom and teleporter at the top. So when you go through that door, it resets the level and you come through this door. That's all it is. And he's used it, but it's not actually getting used. So if I go into his creation, a view. Like, there's nothing wrong with what he's done, but it's just weird that he's grabbed the creation and he's literally just plonked your character on the roof. You're not actually inside the level, which is odd. Or is it just me thinking that it's odd? Because if you're going to use someone's creation, wouldn't you actually implement it in your creation? But whatever. Like, it's his creation. It's up to him. He can use it however he wants to use it. If I fall off... Nah, see, he's got a spawn location there. Yeah, I just thought it was weird, that's all. So dream shaping. All this stuff showing up is on their end, on their servers. Their servers are not coping, as you can see, because it's not my internet. But normally what I do is I jump on, go in here, we'll have a look, see what the creations are. Okay, got someone in the living room. Anna from Frozen 2. A lot of these just use the base puppets of other creators. They're going to tell me unable to find file. No, it actually loaded. I know exactly what base puppet that is. And their head sculpt looks familiar as well. Actually, let's not check that. Let's check that. Yeah, because the head sculpt looks familiar, and the body sculpt, I definitely know the body sculpt. And as you can see, that one there is exactly the same one. It's by the same person. Right. So this person has used their person. Okay. Again, a quick little tip. If you want to encourage people to make their own creations, if you, for example, if I look at this, I can see that this is a remix of that, and the creators are different creators. So the original creator of Elastigirl was that person. And if I go to Elastigirl, which is a creation of that, keep going, a remix of thing by that person. So you can then go to there, and that is by the same person. You can keep going, same person, and then that's the final creation. And that you can then go into here and go into its genealogy, and it will take us to the it's actually not showing it. Interesting. You can actually check the body, but I can show you the body because I favourite it. There's the head. So he's actually the creator of the head, is he? Oh no, except... Wait, what? How can that be part of that, but be an editor? Okay. The LinkedIn system is so busted. I've got creations I cannot release because... Yeah, see it's saying that it's a oh my god. So it's a remix of this, but it's also it's part of its... Oh my god. Media molecule, what the hell he's done? But the body, he changed bodies. Because this creation here is a different body to the other one. The other body is a seamless one, which is... I'm trying to remember whether I favorited it or not, or followed it. I know I followed it, but whether it's... so if I go into here and go following, for example, it only shows the stuff I'm following. Now I want them to give us an option that we can go following and remixable, because at the I don't want to see that, I don't want to see that, I don't want to see... Well, I don't want to see all the crap. I just want to see the ones that are remixable. Now it's... I'll see if I can spot it. It's a very popular body. People keep using it. I can't understand why, but it's not very... hasn't got a great deal of flexibility to it. Just standing or walking, it's pretty good. It's relatively seamless. I'm pretty sure it's called seamless, actually. Let's just type in seamless. Seam should be fine. There's a version of it. Is that it? Nope, that's not it. Ah, there it is. This is a version of it. Here, this is where their moderation system's screwed. He had to make a new version of this because the original version didn't have underwear. It's like, ooh, it's got no genitalia, no nipple, no, but ooh, oh my god. But if I go to there, there's the original version. That there was, oh no, you can't do that. I don't think it was ever moderated, but getting bans and shit for doing this. So he made another version with the underwear on it to prevent any of that sort of shit happening. But this body here, as you can see, it's got a lot of thumbs up. It is a very popular body. But if I come into it and think while it's walking stuff, it's all fine. But as I move my controller around using the gyroscope, it doesn't have the tilt mechanism turned on. So if I come in, we'll go to remix just to show you what I mean by flexibility. If I come into here, oops, I keep hitting the wrong button, into there. There's the lean, there's that. If I come into here and go to the there's the gyroscope mechanism output. So it's running into there. If I go to the actual puppet itself and tell it top half and turn that up, that allows the gyroscope to be actually detected more so. So if I now go into it, you can see how the puppet moves around, but see how it does the whole weirdness with the moves? That's where it falls flat. And it's like, the puppet itself is actually a good puppet. It's quite usable, and he's done a very good job at sculpting it. It's just its rigging or its alignments and stuff like that. I've spoken about it before. It's if you're trying to get a seamless body, yeah, in one pose it could be seamless, but the second it moves, you get poke through, weird joins and stuff like that, and that's the reason why I don't go for realism in dreams, because it's near on impossible to get without some sort of blending or bendable sculpts. You can do your best you can, which I've tried, or other creators have tried, but it is really hard. So that's why he's obviously got it turned so you can't use the gyro to move it around, so you don't notice any of that. So if I cancel that out, okay. Another creator, this guy here, he's made this body, and again, in its T-pose, or in this case, just standing there, it is almost perfectly seamless. When I say almost perfectly, like you can see around the upper leg, around the bottom hip, you can see a seam, and around the elbow, there's a little bit of seam, but it's very minimal. But when you start walking or you bend, you can see the joints, and it's like, that's the bit that it frustrates the living crap out of me. And the only way to correct it is by using a perfect circle, and the human body doesn't use perfect circles. See, this creator has used the first guy, and he's tweaked it enough where it's more flexible. I think that's what he's aiming for, but in doing so, he's also made it chunkier. So as you can see, it looks more like, I don't know how you'd explain it. I don't want to say fatty, because it's not fat. It's got the thick ass, the thick legs, but the top half is almost the same as what it was. But he's made it a lot more flexible. So if you go into it, we'll go to edit, go into here, turn that up. Let's hope that he hasn't. Yeah, as you can see, it's a lot less issues when you use the gyroscope to move it around. So he could possibly do it, but are you going to spend weeks and months fine adjusting every sculpt, fine adjusting all your connectors just to get that perfect, so when it moves you don't get any mass poke through? I don't think anyone is, unless Media Molecule give us some sort of, I don't know, like as I was saying with the maturity switch, where you can tick it and say, okay, only people with no, like the parental lock is turned to off, so that they can view everything type filter, and another one that's, I don't know, a sponsored or a approved or something like that sort of thing. So for example, a creator could turn around and say, apply for their creation to be a Metamolecule approved creation, and then in saying that, so if I make a puppet, for example, and release it and put the thing in, say, can I get it approved? And they go, yes, it's approved. And then it comes up as people can use it, and it doesn't come in there. If I come into here and go to the, where are we? The genealogy, it won't pop up in here. It'll be like a, what do they call it? A public domain type thing. You still have the credit, and if people go to the genealogy, it'll still be like you have used it as part of it. It's just that when you view the creation, it doesn't pop up as it's a remix of that. Then that's, and unless that happens and people can go, okay, I want to make the best creation possible so the most amount of people will use it, then people aren't going to put the effort in. Especially considering I've been moderated. As I showed you, that guy was moderated, or he was banned, and the creator that I was talking about the other day, if I take that off, his creation is, where is it? It was here somewhere. It's this guy here. But if I go to his, actually that's the creation there. As you can see here, he's made this version because the original version was moderated. Just so lucky that, where is it? Wait, it's actually not showing up in here anymore. Interesting. It was showing up in here and it said the moderated. I actually saved an offline version of it, so I've still got his original creations. I can actually show it off, and I can say, look, so if I go Dolo, so if I go to my creations, go to here, go search and go DOLO, that's his creation that got flagged. That was classified as inappropriate. Like, well, I'm gonna call the stream there, guys. Media Molecule, less online dependency, please, and we need some more of the back end toggles so that we can create stuff with more freedom without being moderated. Whether it be a maturity switch or a sensor toggle or something like that, doesn't matter. So long as when we create something, if you, instead of it getting moderated, you send us a message and say this has been deemed as not appropriate for younger audiences, so therefore we've put a maturity or a censorship thing on it or something like that. The consoles, the PS4 and the PS5, I believe, has a parental lock system in it. If a child is using the PS4 or PS5 and the parent has put a parental lock on it, they can only view certain content. Use that as a filter, and if I create something or someone creates, Dolo could have just turned and said, okay, it's been classified as inappropriate for younger audiences. Is it okay to set it as mature content? Yes. Only people with that parental lock system turned off, so they can view everything, can view it. It's that simple. Problem solved. Now, obviously, things like talking about, in brackets, offensive stuff, and I'm talking actually offensive stuff, and not, oh my god, you called that fat person fat, or you called that homosexual. It's like, that's not offensive. Using descriptive words is not offensive. Actual offensive stuff. If you call someone dumb, stupid, or moronic because of a trait they have, that is offensive. Just calling them what they are is not offensive. So, yeah, I know it's a thin line, and I know but when you are literally cradling everybody, what do they call it? Cotton handing. What do you call it? Baby handling. There's lots of names they use. But when you are, when you are literally, oh my god, that's going to offend people, we can't put it up. It's like, no, piss off. Put it up, let them decide. As I've always said, nothing is offensive. If you get offended by something, it's just a weakness. It could be a fear, it could be any sort of number of things. But it's not that it is offensive. It is that you are offended by it because you are either scared of it or worried about or something. This offensive isn't a thing. People who get offended by certain things, there's usually an underlying reasoning for it. And to say that people can't show this or talk about this or something like that because people will be offended, if that's the case, you can't talk about anything because somebody, somewhere, will be offended by it. So yeah. Any of these creators on Dreams, if you happen to see this video and you have been moderated, I'm going to end up, I really want to do this, but I want to do like a mass collaboration where we can have a save where anything we think will be moderated, we can save it in that save, and we'll have it a private save, and we can share it amongst each other, kind of like, I don't want to say the black market or anything like that, but you know, like a hidden, the behind the curtain videos in the old video store. This is going to go right at the top of the kids' heads. But when you used to have video stores, they used to have a section at the back, which is usually through like a little curtain, a beaded area, and you go in the back and that's where the, in brackets, adult stuff was. It's like, I want to set that up. We're not necessarily, not for pornographic stuff, but for stuff that, like Dolo's original puppet with, white underwear. Oh my god, oh I'm offended that character's got underwear on. Or, here's a secret metamolecule. I'm offended by censorship. So, every single censorship that's out there, I'm offended by. I am actually offended by that. You are taking away my right to see the uncensored version. That offends me. So, in your attempt to not offend people, you're still offending me. So, suck shit. So yeah, that's what this was about. Media Molecule updated. The second I tried the update, couldn't get to online content because of online dependency and stuff like that. Game developers, stop it. I'm out of here. Again, any game company that I show videos for, again, throw me a message. Let's open up. I'm more than happy to ask five questions for an interview and stuff like that. I am not a monetized YouTuber. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I do it for my entertainment, my stress release, and if it helps someone, it's a huge bonus. That's why I make YouTube videos, in the hopes that one person views my video, it takes them out of their stresses, they either have a laugh out of it, they get informed, or they learn something, then I'm happy. I will, even if an advertiser comes and says, would you like to earn $100,000 for advertising? I'll probably say no. I don't want this going to be one of these professional YouTubers that when you start their videos, our sponsor for today's episode is this. That is never going to happen on my channel. Never. I will guarantee it right now. If I have any say in the matter, there will never be a commercial in any of my videos, and I will never advertise anything as an advertisement. If I like something, I will say I like it. I will never take a sponsorship. As like if Raid Shadow Legends or Final Fantasy something, or we'll give you a certain amount of money if you promote our thing. It's like, no, it's not going to happen. I'm happy if you send me like a code and want me to review it, oh yeah, I'll do that. I will take a free game to review, and I will review it, and I will be honest. If the game is shit, I will call it shit. If it's good, I will call it good. Because unless it's absolutely necessary to have it up on YouTube, or it proves a point, I do not intend on censoring myself. Now, obviously, certain things YouTube will not allow, so I kind of have to sort of steer away from it. And there are videos up where I do actually censor stuff. One of mine was Conan, but it's to prove a point. So yeah, I'm out of here. So anyone who doesn't work at CDPR, you stay safe. I'll catch you the next time. I'm out of here. See yous.